What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the out of position drop coming to NBA 2K25 MyTEAM tomorrow, what it means, should you guys be selling your cards, and then we're going to be talking about a little bit of the out of position drops that we have seen in the past. Could it be something like these drops? Could it be something different? All I'm going to say is this, right? This LeBron James out of position card came out on May 28th. 4 years ago, right? Kind of the same type of, time that this is coming out. But remember, out of positions most often affect the point guard position. So, point guards, if you have them, you might want to at least think about selling because LeBron James obviously is going to probably have one of the best releases in the game. I don't know if he's going to be an invincible 100 overall. We don't know that yet. But he's going to probably have one of the best releases in the game, 6'9" point guard. If Scottie Pippen can play point guard, you're looking at another point guard that is going to be game-changing. So, again, obviously, as we do see this, we'll see the actual leak later. But I'm here to help you guys get ahead of that, right? Get ahead of the actual leak that is going to ultimately be coming later. So, what is kind of my brief thoughts on this? Well, here's what I would say, right? Out of position is always one of the most fun, one of the most hype drops. And the fact of the matter is, when we know LeBron James is coming as well, that's big time news because I feel like Bron is a big time headliner. Obviously, we got Wemby last week, but LeBron James is a big time headliner. And if you know it's out of position, you know he's going to have point guard eligibility. And so not only for that, but just for the other cards that could be coming in this drop, right? Because even if you go back a couple of years ago, like, do y'all remember this Ben Simmons, small forward Ben Simmons, like from 4 years ago? This card was so good at that small forward position. This Josh Smith at point guard was so good. Batum at point guard was fine. Like, all you got to do is go back to kind of see what this truly was. And man, out of position drops were so fun. I hope this year we get more than one and we get multiple out of positions because again, it was fun. This Wes Unseld at point guard was such a cheesy card. We had a Manute Bol shooting guard in the game. Things got crazy 4 years ago, and I'm just saying those are the types of potential things that you could see. Don't be surprised to see a pink diamond, Bol boy that has able to play shooting guard, or a point guard, or a pink diamond Taco Fall that's able to play shooting guard. Those things would absolutely not shock me, not surprise me at all. Those are the things that we could possibly see. And again, for me, the only thing we have is this right here, this picture of what's to come. But we do know out of position, Scottie Pippen and LeBron James are coming. And anytime you see a LeBron James card, you already have to be thinking about, okay, like this is going to be a drop that a lot of people are going to be opening up packs. Number one, it's out of position. Number two, it's LeBron James. And number three, the point guard position is probably going to be the main position that sees a big drop as far as prices in the auction house. So for me, what did I do? Initially, when I saw this leak, I put up my Stephon Castle, I put up my Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, couple of reasons with that. Number one, I'm not playing in King of the Court this week, so there's no real reason for me to, hold on to having a really good team. And number two, I want to, make the most out of my MT. I don't know for how long my MT is, gonna be, really useful for. So if I can make that little extra MT, that's what you need to ultimately try to do. But yeah, for like the point guard, shooting guard position, you're probably gonna see those prices go down. And even for me, right, I feel like the shooting guard position right now isn't that hype. So even if we get like a Giannis that could play shooting guard, which I know we've seen in the past, it could be even like an Opal Giannis that could play shooting guard. That could be a kind of game changer, or even like a Dirk shooting guard, or, something like that. Could be something which the community could get excited about, or even, give us, I'm just going to throw out a name, a Pokachevsky that can play point guard. I don't know, something like that. Those are the exciting things. We also have seen in the past, like, cards get center cards. So, for example, I don't know, I'm just going to throw out a name, a Michael Beasley center card that, could be 100 overall. I don't know. I'm just throwing out different names, different ideas for what 2K could do with this. But, I mean, each and every year we've seen out of position. We've seen fun. We've seen exciting cards that I think was needed back in the game. So I actually like the fact that 2K is giving us out of position. I think these drops are fun. I think it's fun to just kind of change the game a little bit. To me, though, getting out of position and LeBron James on the same day is a little crazy to me. And again, I'm not hating on it, but that's kind of a little bit crazy to me. And again, I do think we could see the auction house go down by quite a bit. Remember, this is the last big Friday drop of the season before season 7 does kick off. So if you're kind of wondering, well, are they going to go out with a bang? It kind of looks like it. And again, in season 7, that's basically the last relevant season in my team, right? Because season 7 is going to start in the middle of the May, and by the time that ends, we're going to be, I guess, at the end of June. So I guess you still are going to have season 8 that's somewhat relevant, but like, this is your next season's our last real big season. So I wouldn't be surprised next season if they gave us like an invincible magic is like the level 40 reward, something like that, And so those are the things to think about as well with this. Reminder, the event is still going to be going on as well. So if you don't think enough people are going to be opening up packs, people want those Glitch Festival event cards, racked up, right? They want those cards still in their collection. All I gotta say is, I feel badly for everybody that spent a band getting Jokic and Jimmy. Like, I'm sorry. You spent a band on Jokic all for the LeBron James and Scottie Pippen to come out and be better. And not only those two, but whoever else they decide to make point guard eligible. Like, that's who I honestly really feel bad for mostly is like the guys that spent a ridiculous amount on those cards. And that's one of the main reasons I'm trying to sell some of my cards, because I don't want to lose out on all of that value, all of that MT value. I don't. I want to, have some MT at the end of the day. So hopefully my Shea sells for a decent amount. Hopefully my Stephon Castle sells for a decent amount, because if not, I am going to lose out on not a ton of MT, but a decent amount of MT. Because at the end of the day, guess what? I mean, I could see, the auction house really going downward from here with LeBron, with, Scottie Pippen being as good as they are going to be. And again, just with the overall point guard market, as time goes on and on, we're seeing more super packs and season 7 coming out next week. I do think it is a bad time to try to sell your cards right now. Like, I think, well, not to say that. I think it's better to sell now than later, but I think we just held on to our cards a little bit too long. I'm included if you have not gotten rid of them by now. But that's just kind of a side note to this thing. Am I excited about LeBron? Well, here's the deal, okay? And here's what I think's important to know. I am somewhat excited about LeBron, but the problem is, and I'm going to look something up. The problem is LeBron is going to be so hard to obtain. And here's how I know that, right? In Triple Threat, the last 2 cards that we saw on packs as far as this leak were Victor Wembanyama and Ben Simmons. LeBron James is in the Victor Wembanyama spot, which leads me to believe the LeBron James coming today is going to be the invincible LeBron. The Scottie Pippen is going to be 100 overall. So those 2 cards are going to be so expensive. And so that kind of gets me thinking about, okay, if those 2 cards are going to be expensive, which they are going to be, nobody should really debate that. Those 2 cards are going to be expensive. Then then you got to ask the question, who are going to be the dark matters? Who are going to be the pink diamonds? Who are going to be the cards that, guess what, you might be able to afford? I'm not saying for sure, but that you might be able to afford in this drop. That's kind of where I'm at, right? I'm not going to be able to get LeBron. I'm not going to be able to get Scottie. But what if they, give us, I'm just going to throw out a name, like, a Karl Anthony Towns that can play point guard. Okay, well then, we're now talking about maybe a dark matter cat that's 7 feet tall at the point guard position that maybe I can't afford. Same thing, like maybe they'll give us like a Julius Randle that can play point guard. Something like that. Give me a guy that I can maybe afford to pick up, because the LeBron is going to be an invincible, guys. Newsflash, he is going to be ridiculously expensive. 2K is going to make their money, okay? Scottie Pippen, 100 overall, is going to be ridiculously good, but again, is going to be ridiculously expensive. So don't think this drop tomorrow is going to be, I might be able to get LeBron for cheap. No, you're going to have to spend an arm and a leg getting LeBron James. But hopefully to that end, there are good alternative options. I guess that's all you can ask for with this at a position, with obviously knowing Bron is the invincible and Scottie Pippen's the 100 overall. We will see the leak later to know a lot of these cards that are going to ultimately be coming. So stay tuned for my next video later on, and we'll go from there. But for me, am I excited about this drop? I mean, I wish I could tell you guys that I would be in position to get LeBron or Scottie, but it's just simply not going to be the case. But at the end of the day, one thing I guess that I'll hold on to as well, at least I got a little VC for winning King of the Court last week, and at least I got, got a good team and a little MT to spare. But the sad truth is, I will not be able to get the LeBron James, and that's just it's just sad knowing the card is going to be like when LeBron first comes out, that card is going to be probably 10 million MT. Not, and even if they don't soup him up to as good as I think they're going to, he is still going to be ridiculously expensive. That's going to wrap it up for my video. This is kind of the leak before the leak today. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.